Greetings from Holloway Field on the campus of Pioneer High. I'm Kevin Bryant along with Pete Poyer. Tonight we bring you the 46th matchup between the River Rats and the Pioneers. Well, Pete, it's been 12 games since the Rats have come away with the victory. You've seen the Rats earlier this year. What are your thoughts on this team?
Well, I think they have an opportunity here. I saw them play very well against Skyline. We'll see if we can see more of the same as the ball is kicked off to Pioneer. It's a squib kick to the 22-yard line, ran right up the middle by Pioneer over the 45, over midfield, down inside Huron territory and tackled down at the Huron 42-yard line. And Pioneer will start with some excellent field position to start this game.
Backfire number one for the Rats right there. Coach Andre Parker came out with a kind of a squib kick, trying to make that ball go crazy and see what we could get going on as far as the Rats are concerned. But looks like it was Antoine Curry had other things in mind, Pete. Little wildcat.
Bryce Young, the running back, quickly swings a pass out left to the receiver, Antoine Simmons, and he is brought down in the backfield for a loss.
Two of the really the two leading rushers, as well as on the defensive side, standout players for the Pioneers involved in the first play there. Antoine Simmons, of course, he's a guy that was running all over the Rats last year.
Oh, Young in the gun. He'll take the snap, hand it off once again to Simmons over the right-hand side. Good gain. Simmons still on his feet, breaking tackles inside the 20 and brought down at the 16-yard line. Good for a Pioneer first down.
Antoine Simmons only a sophomore, but he's running like he's been doing this for many, many years. Bad tackling there by the Rats, though. They had many opportunities to bring him down for a short gain.
Makes the tackle for the River Rats. 1st and 10.
So another snap right to Young, and he'll hand it off up the middle once again. And Simmons going to be stopped, looks like for no gain.
Trey Rory.
I think that was Adam Barber on the tackle there, right up the gut there for the Rats on defense, and that's what they're going to have to do, tackle well in this game, because it is not a it's not a game that they can get down by early and try to have that comeback factor.
There's a snap, and keeping it for Pioneer, John Kunick.
John Kunick keeps and carries.
Kunick, the quarterback for Pioneer.
Stopped by Jerry Jackson.
Well, two good defensive stops there for the River Rats. Maybe they can bend and not break on this opening drive for the Pioneers. Big third down coming up here. More than likely, it's probably 2-down territory, Pete.
3rd and 9 for the Pioneers from the 15-yard line. Kunick gets a snap. It's a low snap. He's going to heave it into the end zone. Wide open and touchdown, Pioneer. Caught for Pioneer by Corey Frenette for Pioneer, and they draw first blood and go up 6-0.
Cornerback that looks like Jesse Morris for the River Rats. A couple of the defenders are coming over to him and asking him what happened there. Obviously a blown coverage here. You see two of the River Rats came to the inside there. No one covered the guy out in the flag route. Great play, great opening drive for the Pioneers.
The extra point is up and good. With 9:51 left in the first quarter, Pioneer takes the 7-0 lead.
After two real good defensive stops there, 3rd down, just really a real letdown there for the River Rats, because it could have came away with a stop after the opening kickoff and really not really stopping the Pioneers on their ground attack all the way before they got inside the red zone. That would have been a momentum spike for the Rats.
Up until the end of the first quarter.
Well, and that was all set up by the kickoff return into Huron territory. Great field position for the Pioneers at the Huron 42-yard line. So short field, and they made short work of what was left and scored the touchdown.
Well, last year it was only a 6-9 game, real defensive matchup. Right now, both teams have been more proficient on the offensive side, so we could see a real shootout tonight.
Everybody set for the ensuing kickoff.
Santiago de la Cerda Harlow to kick off.
And the ball is kicked deep. Taken at the 3-yard line, ran back up through the 10 and 15 and out to the 20. Give him the 21-yard line, and Huron will have its first offensive series from there, 1st and 10.
Nice boot there from, I believe that was De La Cerda Harlow on the kickoff for the Pioneers. That ball almost got into the end zone.
Well, Ben Gurari will take the snaps for Huron.
Great story. Ben Gurari, a gentleman that had some issues, depression issues, even getting involved in an accident earlier in the year to come back and play football. It's great to see him out here.
He splits time with Tajon West for Huron. Carrying the ball for Huron was number 33, that's Paris Green. He only gets a yard.
A lot of Green and Ray Miles, the two leading rushers for the River Rats. It was Paris Green who ran for over 100 yards in their win against Skyline. The winner of this game, actually, Pete, can crown themselves as the city champion.
Well, there's Gurari under center. He hands it off once again to Green up the middle, out over the 25-yard line, and brought down right about the 27.
Paris Green carries again.
Oh, Huron looking at 3rd and 5.
Different attack, different tempo you're seeing here by the River Rats. They're very deliberate. They don't have the numbers that Pioneer has, so they want to churn the clock and run the ball.
Well, the more time they keep it out of Pioneer's hands, the better off they'll be.
Exactly.
There's a snap and the set, and the pass is caught out over the 40-yard line and down, tackled at the 45.
King.
Arkell King on the catch for Huron. Nice gain up to the, give him the 46 of Huron. Good for a first down.
Very surprised I'm seeing number 15 out there for the River Rats. I really thought they retired that number back in the day from some quarterback that played in this game.
I have no idea who you're talking about.
I'll talk to you about him later on.
Oh, okay.
Nice number, kid. Like that.
His initials wouldn't be KB, would they?
KB is probably that guy. Oh, good move there.
Paris Green with the handoff, swings it out wide left. Excellent gain into Pioneer territory and run out of bounds at the Pioneer 41. That's going to be good for another first down.
Possibly coming back on the flag on the play there. They did set the edge over there. Maybe a hold that would really stymie that great run.
And Huron is moving backwards. That looks like the call.
You could feel the momentum building after that third down pass and run by King, and then you come back and you get a nice run on first down. You would hope that for the Rats and their fans, they can bounce back from this penalty, Pete.
It's a 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul.
We'll repeat first down.
Back on their own 36-yard line, 1st and 20.
Oh, Gurari will hand it off once again. Tried up the middle, but stopped for no gain.
Andrew Campbell
And George Douglas on the carry for Huron.
Paris Green for a loss.
You know that after that first pass out of Ben Gurari, I would actually like to see him take a peek out here on the edge, because it looks like Pioneer is really loading up the box and putting their corners on an island, man up.
Timeout for injury.
Hopefully that's just a cramp there. Well, look at this. The sportsmanship. Well, let's just say they're getting into the game right now. They probably didn't notice that there's a down player on the field, Pete.
You're going to give them benefit of the doubt.
I am going to give them benefit of the doubt. Not hard either, because it's Think Pink Month, Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Like to see all those students supporting a very worthy cause. Looks like it's Adam Barber was the injured right on the play. Well, this second and forever down is really built and made for a misdirection play, a draw, maybe a screen if they have it in the playbook, because you can bet that Pioneer really wants to keep them in a 3rd and long after this play here.
Loss of 1 on that play, so 2nd and 21 for Huron.
Now you can see the zone defense here. And
we have a flag down on the play. It's caught.
Give me a move.
And run out of bounds at the Huron 46-yard line.
Pass, but there is a flag on the play.
That's
Legal
King
shift.
on the reception.
Legal shift called on Huron.
These are things that when you're a team that is, let's just say, only 2 wins on the year, Pete, they can ill afford to have their own penalties. And that's the second penalty that's really stymied and really brought back an outstanding play for the Rats.
Illegal motion was the call by the referee.
Wrong direction here, Rats.
Green will come back into the game for Huron. Gurari under center. There's a handoff to Green right up the middle. Good run out over the 40, 45. And Paris Green is going to run for a 1st down for Huron.
No, Pete, I think it was so long. You got confused there, bro, because he only got to the marker that'll make it 3rd and 10. Unless there's another penalty on the play.
You are correct, sir. And another penalty against Huron. And Huron doing nothing but moving backwards.
So this will potentially be, what, 2nd and 36 maybe?
It's 2nd and a mile.
So it was actually marked from the spot of the file and not behind from the previous line of scrimmage, which kind of helps out.
Always the eternal optimist.
Yeah, glass half full.
Well, let's see if Huron can run a play without the yellow hanky. Handoff once again to Paris Green. And it looks like he's going to be brought down for a loss on the play.
Yeah, well, after 3 straight penalties in a row for the Rats, it's in their head now, because you saw there was a little bit of mix-up in the motion man almost ran right into the quarterback before he was able to hand off to the running back. So, yeah, their own doing is really hurting the Rats right now. And this has to be a safe play.
Good news for the Rats. Adam Barber back into the game.
This is one of those plays where a coach doesn't want to try to do too much. I'm not sure if there's ever been a play in the playbook for a 3rd and 28.
And once again, delayed handoff. Short gain on the play.
Paris Green
You know, that actually is a smart call, because a lot of people are thinking, well, why isn't he throwing the ball after those 3 penalties and what was going on? You never knew what could happen. You just want to get out of this drive. Actually, the Rats were able to take 3 minutes off of the clock, show the ability to move the ball. They just got to cut back on those penalties.
Yeah, that is one thing we did not see earlier in this year was sloppiness from the River Rats. Oh, there's a snap. Oof. And the kick is away. It's a high kick.
Not long, though.
Pretty short.
If we had a 5th down, that'd be 5th and 2.
Yeah.
Is that right?
It's about right.
Okay. Because he didn't even make it to the 1st down mark on that punt. Actually, I took a peek down there. He actually had an opportunity to keep it and run because nobody came in and rushed the punter. These are things that, you know, guys up in the booth are trying to check out for later on in the game.
That's right. So ball out of bounds at the Pioneer 46-yard line. Pioneer again starting with really great field position. Kunick in the shotgun. And Young behind him. Handoff to Young up the middle. And Young going to be brought down for a yard loss on the play. Nice defensive effort there by the River Rats.
Tough tackle there right in the gut of the play there for number 67 for the Rats, and that would be Nick Darlington on the tackle. Good job for that defensive end coming in on the play. Pioneer in that pistol formation.
There's a snap to Kunick. Now swing a pass wide. Nearly intercepted. As the defender over there for Huron, Max Bernstein, was right there in the path of the pass and could have picked that off.
Let's take a quick peek at that, Pete, because if you actually saw, it almost was interference going on to the offensive player there, because Huron really read this play well. Good scouting.
Kunick takes the snap. There's the handoff. End around play. And Huron right there to sniff it out for no gain.
Awesome read there coming up out of the safety position for Jesse Morris, making up maybe for the play that he gave up in the end zone there. He really came up, pressed the edge, turned and set the corner there, so he had some help coming in from the inside out.
Oh, Huron doing an excellent job forcing the 3 and out. Finally get a chance to reset on offense. There's the snap, a little bit high. There's the kick, it's away. The driving kick, it's going to be taken at about the 10-yard line and returned to, we'll call it the 14-yard line there.
Marcus Edmondson.
This is where you want to see somebody that is a leader on the Huron side step up and say, hey guys, we just gave up a touchdown on the opening drive. We just, stepped on our own foot 3 times, and then our defense came out here and gave us the ball back. Let's do something with it this time and quit hurting ourselves.
So Garari in the pistol. He'll hand it off for the end around play and carry it out over the 20-25. That's David Wren carrying the ball and tackled down at the 27-yard line. Good for a gain of about 15 yards and a first down.
Well, Nate Garari, Ben's brother, good blocking on that play. Really came in and took the cornerback inside, really creating a lane there for where to cut up inside on. And hey, no penalties.
Well, I think that's a play that they should probably run fairly often with Wren, as we saw in the game against Skyline with the 105-yard interception return for a touchdown. He has the wheels.
Well, he's an athlete. Last year, he stepped in and played quarterback when Josh Jackson left the team and went down to Saline to finish off his high school career.
So what you're telling me is David Wren's a pretty multi-talented guy.
Wren is the man when he gets on the edge as well.
but he's not the bird.
Another penalty on the play here. Might be
delay a game.
So the penalty yardage is just mounting for the Rats right now.
It's not what you want to see after a nice play like that from Wren on the end around.
Well, at the end of that play, we said no penalties.
You jinxed him, Kevin.
Not so fast.
There's the snap and the carry off to the right hand, off the right-hand side. That's Paris Green on the carry.
And when you looked at, well, let's take a quick look at that last play by Wren. Oh, I'm sorry, that's Paris Green coming away. I thought he was actually fumbling the ball, trying to really secure it. Got to make sure that you don't turn the ball over on this side of the field right now.
Green tackled for a 1-yard loss, so 2nd and 16.
And again, Pete, Huron showed the ability for a gash play. They're just gashing themselves. There he is.
Oh,
there he is.
There's a pass downfield, and it is juggled and caught.
Found his brother.
A nice catch there by Nate Gurari. Rifled this throw.
And good hands to hang on because he really took a shot, and it was a clean shot as well too. But good pass, good play, and let's make sure no penalties.
Nope, no penalties. First down for Huron. Ball at the Huron 39-yard line. There's the pitch toss out to the right. And the Pioneer defenders there to swarm and tackle the ball carrier.
Well, you really
George Douglas on the carry.
You're really on a play like that, Pete. It's coming to the short side of the field. You have to make it a quick decision. And the running back that time kind of strung it out and really didn't make that one step and cut upfield.
Under a minute to play here in the first quarter.
Outside that first drive for the Pioneers, I actually have a feeling if Huron could not have all of these penalties, they'd be doing pretty okay in this game to start off with.
There's the blitz, and Pioneer all over that. And brought down to the backfield is Douglas.
Yeah, Andrew Campbell really timed this well. I mean, he's on the snap count.
All the final seconds will tick down here in the first quarter. And that's going to do it at the end of one quarter play. It's Pioneer 7 and Huron nothing here on City TV Sports.
That's the end of the first quarter. End of the Pioneer 7, Huron nothing.
Did you know that CTN welcomes the members of the Ann Arbor City Council to Ward Talk?
What is the interest of the community? What is the turnout?
On the third Wednesday of every month, a different representative from one of the city's 5 wards joins us in the studio to discuss matters important to the people and government of Ann Arbor.
The push to educate the community about the importance of this, it's not to be punitive at all. It's a really good thing.
Remember to join us for a new episode every third Wednesday of the month. We want to hear from you. Email us at ctn@a2gov.org. Attention, Word Talk. You can also follow CTN and ask questions on Twitter at twitter.com/CTN in Arbor. We will make sure to include your questions.
Submit your questions for the next episode of Ward Talk by emailing ctn@a2gov.org or visiting our Twitter page at CTN Ann Arbor.
And we're back with second quarter action. There is the snap by Gurari, and he throws it wide out to the left to the near sideline. And the receiver not ready to receive that pass. as he got rid of it really quickly.
Well, when you're throwing a back shoulder pass like looks like Garari was trying to do that time, Edmondson has to realize that he can't keep that route going upfield. He has to turn around and come back and locate the football.
So that'll bring up 4th down, and Huron will be forced to punt it away. There's the snap, another high snap, and the kick is away. Nice kick, high. It's going to bounce at the 30-yard line and take a Pioneer bounce. And Huron will down it at the 32.
About the 33-yard line in Pioneer territory, where
Call it the 33.
the Pioneers will have it 1st and 10.
So a good response by the Huron defense after the Pioneer opened the game with the drive and scoring the touchdown. I'd like to see more of the same out of the River Rats, keep this game close.
Well, when you're in a rivalry game like this, Pete, and a crosstown rivalry between the two oldest high schools in town, you know there's some early game jitters, and you saw that by the River Rats, and they just couldn't get it going on that first drive.
There's Kunick. He'll throw downfield. It's tipped.
Wow.
Climbing the ladder to tip that one away. David Wren playing cornerback for Huron.
I mean, at 6'2", he's already high up in the air, but he had some hang time there, Pete. I like the way that he got that on the way down. And believe me, that was going for 6. So again, the problem hasn't been on the defensive side really for the Rats. It's been on the offense.
And there's a hand up right up the middle to Young.
Breaks out up the middle.
And he breaks out over the 45-yard line. Good for a Pioneer 1st down.
Bryce Young is really low to the ground, 5'8", almost 200 pounds. He's a transfer from Tennessee this year. A new dimension for Coach Jabari Brown.
Young looks like he's going to take the snap. It's a read option, and he keeps it. And we'll get out to the 48-yard line before being tackled.
One of the problems with this kind of play is sometimes a running back is not sure that the quarterback wants to pull that ball out. So that is an opportunity for a fumbleia sometimes out of this offense.
Is that something in Louisiana?
Fumbleia?
Yeah. Jambalaya? Fumbleia?
Close, but it's Ipsy-Tucky-ish.
Oh, okay. So give Young a gain of 3 on the play. He takes the next snap. He'll hand it off right up the middle. And it'll be a gain of about 2 yards out to midfield.
Another tackle there on the play from Adam Barber.
Tyson Montgomery on the carry for Pioneer.
Tyson Montgomery was the ball carrier.
Well, 3rd and 5 for Pioneer.
3rd and 5. Ball right at midfield.
Tricky down to come out and defend for the Rats because Pioneer has displayed an all right running game. And here it comes again.
Young on the read option. He's going to keep it, and they're going to tackle him for no gain on the play, and that's going to bring up 4th down. Nice job again by the Huron defense.
Oh, James Reed came up and filled the gap. I mean, there's no doubt about it that Young made a bad decision keeping the pill that time.
Kick away once again.
Fire, fire.
This is going to take a Pioneer bounce. Are they going to be able to catch up to it? They will not be able to catch up to it before it goes into the end zone for a touchback. The ball will come back out to the 20-yard line, which is a nice break for Huron.
Oh, they needed that one bounce up in the air. It kind of had that roll like when you see an onside kick. And if they would have caught the tip of the ball and bounced up in the air, I think Pioneer would have downed it inside the 5-yard line. And that, of course, the way that they've been stymied, the Rats stymieing themselves, that would have been some issues to begin this first drive of the second half for the Rats.
Oh, what looked like to be maybe a shootout to start this has turned into a defensive battle.
Last year again, it was only 15 points total on the board, and you're right.
Oh, Wren takes the direct snap. He's going to keep it. Head out over the right side, out over the 25-yard line, and brought down at the 26. So Huron giving Pioneer a taste of its own medicine with the direct snap to the wide receiver at this.
Little wildcat.
Wren's a wide receiver.
Yeah, well, he's an athlete. He's out there in a lot of different positions, and you got to get your athletes and the best people the ball. Again, we said last year he played a little bit behind and I would say under the center, but none of these kids get up under the center these days. So he actually, this drive is all him, it may be, as the quarterback position.
Gain of 8 on the play, 2nd and 2. 4 wide receivers split out to the right. Now a handoff up the middle by Wren.
Good second effort there for the River Rats, and somebody lost their hat.
It's going to be close to a first down.
Jesse Norris, the ball carrier.
That's Jesse Morris carrying the ball.
Well, is that legal, Pete? You know, number 6 there for the Pioneers, Van Delden. Wow. Maybe somebody was talking down there on the field, because that's the first penalty, I think, for the Pioneers against the Pioneers tonight.
I think maybe the referees had a direct line into our feed here and saw the replay that was done fabulously by the truck downstairs.
Yeah, I believe that our guys pointed that out. Good camera work as well as a good fast reaction on the replay there.
And don't forget, you can see this game in high definition on City TV Sports YouTube channel at youtube.com/CTN Ann Arbor. There's another carry by Wren. So they good out to the 49-yard line.
It's basically an option play, because Wren, the play before that, handed it off to Green. This time he keeps it, and he again makes things happen when he has the ball. He is one tackle away from really busting one to the house.
Pioneer, 2nd and 6.
I'll give Wren a gain of 4. And there's Wren with the snap and the pitch out wide right to Douglas. And Douglas looks like he's going to be brought down for no gain.
Sometimes when you're starting off as the quarterback in a game like this, you get the first couple series up under your belt, and sometimes you need to take a break and take a look and see what's really going on, give you a different perspective. Right now, the second quarterback is in the game for the Rats, Ware, and on the sideline we have the starting quarterback right next to the head coach down here. And there's Dottie Davis, and you can see the coach, Andre Parker, in the wheelchair there in between those fans.
So that 3 wide receiver set now swung out wide.
That's a live ball. That's a live ball. Somebody needs to get on that ball.
They call it an incomplete pass. Sure looked backwards to me, but the referees are calling it incomplete.
Yeah,
and that's going to bring a 4th down.
Not sure if the official was in a good position to determine if that ball was thrown backwards. But let's take a look. I mean, if it was thrown forward, it was by a slight hair. I mean, that's totally backwards to me, Pete.
Yeah, it sure looks that way. Of course, it didn't help that the would-be receiver kind of tipped it backwards, too.
Of
so
course.
It kind of made it look a little bit more backwards than maybe it was, but it was very close. Another Huron punt. This snap over the head of the punter.
He has time to just kick it out of the back of the end zone if he'd like.
He's going to try and kick it away, and he
Wow.
does get a punt away.
Wow.
The net's not going to be very good, but it's certainly a heck of a lot better than what might have been, as near disaster struck for Huron, as the ball's going to be downed right at the Pioneer 46-yard line. Here's a look at it on the replay.
About a 44, maybe 45-yard boot after the muff snap. That's an excellent play for the Huron punter. And you're right. He saved a huge, huge momentum shift for the Pioneers on that play there.
4170.
There's a quick snap, and a pass is caught out into Huron territory, down at the 45-yard line.
Almost all sides there on the play there for the River Rats. And the fans are really throwing it up in the air there. This is a homecoming crowd, Pete.
Absolutely. Well, the defensive line for Huron just looked like it couldn't decide which way they wanted to set up, and they kept switching. And finally, Damschroeder got set, but he nearly did encroach on the play. And there's the snap to Kunick, and he's going to keep it and brought down for a loss. About a half-yard loss on the play, so it'll be third down.
A smart play there for the Rats, because when Kunick comes in, you're really thinking that it's going to be a pass play. He is the passing quarterback, leads them almost over just under 1,000 yards passing on the year.
Well, what a stand this would be if Huron was able to stop Pioneer here on third down after that near disaster on the punt. There's the handoff straight up the middle of Brown, and he's going to be good for a first down and more. Over the 40, over the 35, breaking tackles inside the 30, and finally brought down at the 28-yard line. Great run by Bryce Brown.
Bryce Brown gave each Huron defender an opportunity to make a tackle on the play, and he really punished them. This is running downhill.
My apologies, it's Bryce Young. I'd like to get the young man's name right.
Well, the way he's running, it looks like you may have a couple other opportunities in the game to get his name right.
Thanks, Kevin.
You got it, man.
Always got my back.
Of course.
All right, Kunick in the pistol. Fakes the handoff, now pass long downfield, and that's going to be over everybody's head. Closest person to it was David Wren for Huron.
Well, if Kunick is going to miss on that pass, he wants to go deep and over everyone's head. Not really sure his receiver had an opportunity for a reception. Sometimes quarterbacks will throw the ball and try to throw the receiver open, and that may have been his intention on that play.
There's a snap to Kunick, handoff. Huron there to sniff it out. Reverses field. That's Simmons on the carry.
That's one of these games after on Sunday afternoon when Pioneer is watching, that Kunick is going to want to watch that play. When a quarterback has an opportunity to lay some wood and get a good block on somebody, they love it, and I bet the team will rally around him because that was a good block.
Oh, and Simmons really caught in the backfield, made a little something out of nothing there, as he could have been brought down for a loss. It's third and long now for Pioneer rather. Kunick back to pass, scrambling, and Damschroeder is going to bring him down for a sack back at the 39-yard line.
I mean, that's the way you play defense. You get inside, and when you get to the man, you bring him down. Damschroeder, he's getting talked to a little bit by the official, and a great play by his teammates coming in here and getting him out of there for almost getting another penalty for the Rats. But
that would have been post whistle, would have been a personal foul and a first down for Pioneer.
This is territory where you really have to make sure that they punt the ball, especially with Kunick being the punter in the back here.
Well, and Young is the up back. Kunick does kick it away. Out of bounds. And the referee's going to mark it right at the 18-yard line. So really what turned into a great stand for Huron after that disastrous punt attempt. Huron was able to stop Pioneer and force a punt. So no damage as a result of that.
Well, if you look at the statistics, all of the running plays have been going for the Pioneers, all of the stats really on the Pioneer side. But you take away all the penalties the Rats have gotten, Boy, this game it's just like the scoreboard. It's a very close game.
Oh, there's the snap to Girari. He's going to throw it out wide right. It's going to be caught out over the 25-yard line, rather the 20-yard line.
Pass complete.
And brought down, looks like at the 23.
King.
That's been his favorite target, Arkell King, third reception on the night.
Antoine Curry and Malik Fuller
Give a gain of 5 on the play. Under 3 minutes to play here in the second quarter.
And now after sitting out a series, Bengari is back under center for the Rats. Sometimes you need to take a breather and you can see things a little bit slower.
Well, Girari under center this time. Offset eye in the backfield. There's the handoff and tackled in the backfield. That's Morris with the carry. A loss on the play, and that's going to be a loss of 5 to set up 3rd and 10.
And that was Antoine Simmons, the sophomore. Again, we were saying early in the broadcast, he's one of the guys that's on the offensive side of the ball, the defensive side of the ball. He really just blew that play up. Didn't give Huron an opportunity to get out of the backfield.
You know, that's really making a big statement as a sophomore.
As a sophomore. Well, last year when we were watching the game, he was the guy that was just running up and down the field. We talk about how much David Ware is an athlete. For a kid to go from 3 different positions we've already seen tonight, Simmons is actually saying, hey, there's more than one athlete out here tonight, fellas.
Girari with the snap, swing out wide right to Wren. Wren caught out over the 30, 35 flag down, run out of bounds near the 40.
It looked like on that play there, the receivers came out. It was a straight screen pass, and it looked like the receiver on the inside of the play got a little bit too much jersey. And again, it's the Rats.
Holding on the River Rats.
Yeah, offensive holding.
Completion.
Spot of the foul looks like it's the 27, so they'll mark it off from there.
A lot of run after catch going on out of here for the River Rats. Not a lot of downfield passing, getting the ball into their athletes' hands and allowing them to do what athletes do.
Third and long for Huron. 1:35 left in the half.
3rd and 11.
And Pioneer will call timeout.
Timeout, Ann Arbor, Pioneer.
Smart use of these timeouts. Can't take them into the half, and if the Pioneers get a stop here, they'll get one last opportunity. And I'm not sure what's going on with the scoreboard because the clock is actually ticking down. They're going to have to run the clock back up a little bit over a minute. Liking that clock operator. Thank you.
None of the referees seem to notice the clock is moving.
Wow, you mean the referees aren't noticing something in a football game? That's the first, second, or third, maybe 4th time they've done it only tonight. And if you can see one of the officials next to the River Rats bench down here, kind of looks like he has a beeline to the scoreboard where he can almost see what's going on. Okay. Great use of the clock.
And the referees in the middle of the field who have perfect view of the scoreboard are discussing dinner plans or something.
Well, actually, I think they're taking a look at the F-150 that's pulling up in the end zone there. It's a sharp-looking truck.
They did put the 1:35 back on the clock. I think the clock operator figured it out.
Or he's
from Look at that beauty. Isn't that's your truck, isn't it?
Yeah, well, it could be. It just might be.
Oh, Girari with the quick pass out to Wren. Wren will catch it and out over the 25.
Boy, he's real close to a first down.
Going to depend on the spot.
They may have to bring in the chains for this one.
And Pioneer calls another timeout.
What's going on with the spot? Okay, it looks like they're just over the 32, so they're about a yard short, Pete.
And here goes the clock again.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on over there in the Holloway Field press box, but maybe they're trying to get down and be first in line for a hot dog.
I don't know, maybe somebody over there nipping at Grandpa's old cough medicine.
We were talking about that before the game, how that was the norm back in the day. Nowadays, they pat you down before you come in the stadium.
That's right.
Unless you're Pete Poyer, folks. He flew in this helicopter, landed right on the AA in the middle of the field, had a golf cart bring him over here to the press box. Man, must be nice to be you, sir.
Yeah, right.
Fourth and less than a yard if you're looking at the sticks down here, but you can ill afford to go for it. You would want to, but you can't.
I think I'm guessing about this clock thing because it's back to 1:16.
Yeah.
And I've seen this in other sports, but never in football. They're timing the timeout.
Yeah, that's that. You are being
seen
glass
that in
half full
other
now,
sports,
my friend.
but-
That's because I've.
It's my
well,
only guess because it reset immediately back to 1:16 when the clock ran out.
I feel you on that one, but I'm going to say that they're getting lucky.
And now Huron calls timeout, so let's check this out here on the scoreboard.
Let's see. Let's see if this theory is going to hold up.
Yeah, they just put a minute on the clock and are running it down.
See,
that's new. I've never seen that before in football.
New things at Holloway Field don't surprise me. These guys they're pioneers, and
Is that what they are?
They're pioneers, folks.
Why, you pioneer?
In
How
running
dare
the
you.
clock down on timeouts. Because everybody in the stadium needs to know exactly how long the timeout is in high school football.
Well, I've seen it in water polo and other sports, but I've never seen that in football.
I think they're just showing off the capabilities of that scoreboard purchased by Varsity Ford, or trying to give their, big sponsor.
There's a bunny rabbit in the stands.
Oh, you're kidding.
No,
Let me
not
see
at all.
this. A bunny rabbit?
Right there.
Whoa. That's Waldo. Man, what's going on? These kids have fun over there. And no one was surprised that there was a furry bunny standing next to him. That's what's tripping me out.
I never did stuff like that back in our day, Kevin.
Maybe, because they don't seem to notice either. So,
All right, both teams back on the field after another timeout.
Wow.
And Huron's going to go for it here on fourth and extremely short.
maybe they're just trying to draw them off sides.
That certainly looks like the case right now as Guerreri has not snapped the ball. You see his head bobbing as he tries to do the hard count.
Now timeout, fellas. Use that timeout. There you go. You don't want to move back.
And here we'll call timeout, trying to draw Pioneer offsides.
A little gamesmanship going on between the two sideline head coaches here. Perfect opportunity to come out, Pete, and not fake it, but line up again, because Huron still has another timeout on the board. And we can see the clock ticking down.
And
they still have another timeout. They can come out and try it again.
The only thing is just keeping all those fans from getting to the concession stands for their hot chocolate at halftime.
Well,
it's a bit blustery out there. I got to give kudos to the camera people. It's pretty chilly.
Yeah, and again, coaches they don't get any extra credit for taking the timeouts into halftime. But in this instance, you would think that they would just go out and punt the ball, right?
You would think so.
Well, after the last snap sailed a good 10 feet over the punter's head, this might be an opportunity again, Pete. The defense for the Rats, they've played pretty well. So why not in a game like this just get that extra half inch of a football? Go out there and go quarterback sneak. Or if you can't draw them off sides, and it looks like that's what they're going to do. If they can't draw them off sides, I'd snap the ball. I'd give them a quick tap on the old, to the center and say, hey, snap it when you're ready.
Well, Guerreri under center. He does take the snap and drops back to pass. There's a quick pass. It's caught and out over midfield. That's King. Nice play by Huron. That only took 6 seconds off the clock, and it stops as they reset the chains.
And Garari is pretty accurate with his throws tonight. I mean, even the one that his brother had to reach back for. But on this little quick pop pass there, it was right on the money.
1 minute to play. Huron on the Pioneer side of the field. Garari takes a snap, drops back. Quick pass is caught.
And this one didn't get a first down, so that clock is still going to tick, tick, tick down, which isn't a bad thing right now for the Rats.
Ball at the 41-yard line.
Nate Gour-Aurier, brought down by Andrew Campbell. 2nd and 4.
Huron taking a little too much time getting set. There's the snap. Garari with the pump fake, and he's just going to wing it out of bounds. Incomplete. That will stop the clock with 25.4 to play in the half.
Well, this play, you see he tried to take a pump fake, and he was possibly looking for someone downfield. And then at the last minute, smart play there. Throw it where no one was at, but actually over the receiver's head so you don't draw a penalty.
Well, and get rid of it and avoid the sack as well.
Of course, because the clock starts ticking down. And if they can get at least, I would say, maybe a good 20 yards, they may be able to try a field goal. Find David Ware. He's close near side to us over here. It looks like that might be the final timeout for the Pioneers.
Well, it looked like delay of game was called on Huron, and that is the call.
Boy, this final minute 30 is longer than the first half, right?
Sure seems like it, Kevin. And Garari takes a snap. He's going to look deep down the sideline looking for David Wren, and it's knocked away, incomplete.
Smart play there. Throw it up to your most dangerous receiver and see if he can go make a play. Now when it's coming to be 4th down, you can go ahead and send the punt team out there with a lot of confidence that this will be the last play of the half.
Nice defensive play here by Will Uhas for Pioneer, knocking that ball away.
Ouch.
From the dangerous threat, David Wren.
Bending backward yoga move there. That didn't look pain-free.
I'm hurting just watching it.
But you're more limber.
Punt formation in for Huron. .6 seconds left in the half, and the kick is away.
Just let it roll, guys.
That's going to roll out of bounds right at about the 11, 12-yard line.
Shirley's punt was out of bounds.
So 8.8 seconds left for Pioneer.
Good punt there.
8 seconds remaining.
Really took off some time off the clock, and it hung in the air. Not a great thing when one of the best offensive stats on the first half is your punter, but he really has had a good job, number 34 for the River Rats.
Absolutely. And they'll take a knee and run out the rest of the clock. So 1 score, 1 touchdown for Pioneer in this first half. We're going to head to halftime and be back with second half action after a break here on City TV Sports.
And we're back at Holloway Field. Two teams playing for the Ted Heisel Trophy. Break halftime, just 7 points away, Pete, for a tie ball game.
Well, and as you can see by the camera shot, it was dry as a bone before we broke for halftime, and now there is a deluge coming down. The umbrellas are out, and it is pouring out there.
Well, this is what you like in these games like this, a little bit of elements that can even out a team that's been doing a little bit better. The only thing that's been getting the Rats wet has been the flags raining down on their side of the ball. Each time that they've had positive yardage, they've gone backwards.
Well, and I'm sure the coaches put a premium on ball security in this half with the conditions as they are right now.
Scoreboard would be totally different without the penalties that the Rats racked up in the first half. And really, after just one stupendous drive, opening drive by the Pioneers, pretty even ball game.
Absolutely. 1st and 10 for the Rats at their own 38-yard line. Guerrari under center. He's going to hand the ball off straight up the middle and out over the 40-yard line and brought down at the 42. Looks like that was Morris on the carry.
Morris on the carry, and he fell the right way. If you could push the pile forward here, hold on to the ball. The Rats, again, were matriculating up and down the field, but they only one time that they crossed the 50, and that was in the final minute of the first half.
I'll give Morris a gain of 5 on 1st down.
You know, Huron really didn't throw the ball downfield that much with Ben Guerrari. He was really throwing a lot to the flat, so this rain might not slow him down.
There's a handoff off the right-hand side. This is going to be for a short gain, if anything at all.
Wayne Ellington, the ball carrier.
Ellington on the carry there for the Rats. And, you know, when you're doing a counter play like that play was, you really have to have your motor running before you get the ball. Looks like he was trying to kind of tiptoe through the hole. And if you're, again, misdirection plays, you need to pop it real quick when you're going through that hole.
And they gave him a loss of a yard on the play. 3rd and 6 for Huron. Guerrari takes a snap, drops back to pass. Quick shot over the middle. Caught and dropped by King. Incomplete. That'll bring up 4th down, and Huron will have to punt.
A nice little quick 3-step drop and let the ball go. We called that a pop pass back in the day. Unfortunately, Pioneer came up with the pop. Well, you knew one of the bigger plays in the first half, Pete, was the missed snap by the Huron long snapper. This is crucial right here that he gets it right back to him, and he does.
And the kick is away. And that's going to hit at the 20-yard line and bounce down to around the 16. It'll be down there by Huron, and Pioneer will have 1st and 10 from there.
Field position game when the weather turns like this, and a good punt there for the River Rats. Not a good first drive, though. You really have to be prepared in weather like this for anything. So looks like the ball boy has his rain slicker on.
Kunick gets a snap, he'll hand it off, and over the right-hand side is Young.
Kunick's handoff to Bryce Young.
Brought down after a gain of 2 yards on the play.
Yeah, Rowley came through there on the defense for the River Rats, really busted that play up before it had an opportunity to get going.
Kunick gets a snap, another handoff to Young. He's going to swing it out wide to the left, out over the 20-yard line.
Bryce Young carries again. It's out about to the 22 or 3.
Brought down at the 22-yard line. It's going to bring up a 3rd and short.
Cal King, the tackler for Huron.
Call it a long 3, short 4.
Pioneer calling the play right from the line of scrimmage, and a little bit of confusion going on. And right now, there's only 2. Okay, there's the River Rats were out of position on defense there for a moment. They go to the slot guy. That's a quick first down.
Kunick changed the play. He's going to keep it, head out over the left side, out over the 25, and it's going to be good for a first down. Kunick brought down at the 29.
Looks like he has enough for a first down.
Smart read there by Kunick in keeping the ball, and you only needed a short 4-yard jaunt there. So that was a smart play, smart first down, keep the clock running for the Pioneers.
Bryce Young dodges and darts.
Right now, some missed tackles going on there for the River Rats. They're going to have to do a better job of making that first initial person take down the ball runner.
Young on the carry on that first down play. Gain of 7.
Pioneer again out of that pistol formation. Gives the running back a good opportunity to see the hole.
And Young right up the middle and out over the 35 and all the way out to the 40-yard line. That's going to be good for another Pioneer first down.
Right now, the no huddle is really putting a lot of pressure on the River Rats, not able to regain their composure.
There's the snap once again. Young with it. Oh, actually, that's Simmons on the carry. He's going to try and bounce it out to the left, but he's going to be brought down in the backfield for a loss on the play.
Chris Damschroeder, again, making a tackle for loss there. That's a good play, and really is on a first down. That's what the River Rats truly needed, is to put the Pioneers in a passing down formation.
Second and 15. Young's going to get the snap. He's going to hand it off over the left side and knocked out of bounds. Montgomery carrying the ball for Pioneer. Give him a gain of 4 on the play, so that's going to set up 3rd and 11.
You know, that is a full house backfield, and it kind of looks like the triple option is being run out of almost a pistol formation, and a lot of things can happen. As a defender, you really have to locate the football when it's coming at you like that.
Kunick gets a signal from the sideline. 3 wide receiver set. He drops back to pass, looking downfield, and the pass is caught. And the receiver is tackled immediately. Malik Fuller on the catch, but he's going to be brought down short of the first down, and Pioneer's going to be forced to punt.
Again, Jesse Morris, after coming up and making a very sound tackle, not allowing the Pioneer to get the 3rd first down of this first possession in the second half.
There's a snap, and the kick is away. Low line drive kick heading towards the out of bounds And a little bit short as the referee's going to mark it out at the Huron 26-yard line.
Well, again, field position and inclement weather is very important. Holding on to the ball, of course, is huge as well. But right now, one tackle away from a game being really tied up. And in weather like this, Pete, the offensive player truly has the advantage because they know where they're going. The defender has to wait and react to the first cut.
I'd like to see maybe a reverse to David Wren. Something to get the defense moving in the other direction and give him a chance to get wide with his speed.
Well, similar to the second half or the second quarter, Wren is playing quarterback, and he's going to do that keeper.
And keeper out over the right-hand side, out to the 30-yard line. Gain of 4.
Smart for Coach Andre Parker to put his more athletic QB in, because this is a time where you're not really going to be passing the ball. You're really going to be trying to make something happen with your feet. And after 2 delay of game penalties, Huron's really taken a long time to get a play in. They're really going to have to hustle to the line of scrimmage here without getting another penalty.
Clock running, 5 minutes, 30 seconds left in the third quarter. And Huron will call a timeout as time. I think you're right, Kevin. The play clock was running out on Huron, and that's really kind of a waste of a timeout.
Oh, yeah, especially after a good first down run there by Ware, and you to take it back. Again, the penalties have been the difference for the River Rats this evening. It's just been a colossal amount of penalties that have just been adding up, and you can only think of maybe a handful, maybe 1 or 2 for the Pioneer side. The face mask is the only thing that I'm thinking that they've had on their side of the ball, but when you have a second-string quarterback in, sometimes that happens. Hey, there's our buddy.
One wet rabbit.
Go ahead with the wascally rabbit.
Probably heading to the concession stand for some carrots.
Hey, he's taking his time, too. Look at him. And nobody really notices this, that it's odd. You know, that's just a rabbit dude.
Yeah, Pioneers? No, we're the Pioneer Rabbits. Oh, Huron back out on the field.
Maybe a trick play out of a timeout, because that's a valuable timeout in the second half close game like this.
Looks like bubble screen to me. Oh, we're both wrong. Wren's going to keep it right up the middle, out over the 40-yard line.
David Wren.
That's something we hadn't seen really from the River Rats this afternoon. A lot of wide plays, but right now Wren just takes it and it just goes straight up off tackle. Great blocking by the offensive line there. Really didn't get tackled or touched until he was on the second level.
Ball is out to the 41-yard line of Huron.
Oh, first down for the River Rats from their own 41-yard line.
And again, the River Rats take an awful long time getting out of the huddle. They really have to be cognizant of a penalty for delay of game.
Same formation for Huron. Allison, a man in motion. Wren will keep it once again. He's trying to look for a hole. Not much there. Maybe a short gain in the play of 2 yards.
Wren carries.
And you see the difference between having the experienced quarterbacks in for Pioneer, where they're able to actually signal in the plays, and for Huron, they're having their quarterback having to come all the way to the sideline and get the play directly from the coaching staff.
There's a handoff up the middle, breaking
got room.
tackles.
He's got room.
Over midfield.
He's got a lot of
to
room.
The 40, 35-30, inside the 20, stiff arming, carrying tacklers down inside the 15-yard line. Huge gain on the play for Huron.
And then, you know, right off, that was a different type of formation. And then you see where Rare comes back, and it's a counter right there to Morris. And Morris, again, we say in this kind of weather, the offensive player has the advantage because he knows where he's going. But this is a powerful little stiff arm right here at the end. Right there. Get back, get back, get back.
Get back.
Oh, he did, too.
Oh, Wren gets the snap. He's going to keep it this time, head wide right, trying to cut over the scrimmage line. I think he's going to be stopped there for a little gain on the play.
And right now, they're just strictly doing an option play with their two best athletes. They have Wren and Morris. I mean, and Morris. And Ware is right now being a difference maker because his speed is really causing the Pioneers a lot of issues. David Wren on that carry.
Well, Huron will spread him out this time. 4 wide receivers to the left. Wren in the backfield. He takes the snap, looking to throw. He's going to tuck it and run.
He's got room.
And he's going to cut towards the goal line, and he's in for a Huron touchdown. David Wren looked like he was going to throw that ball, tucked it and ran and head for the pylon, and he scores, and Huron's on the board.
Well, we said, Pete, from the beginning of the game, after that one first drive, Huron has been their worst enemy. In this drive, it was a very clean drive. David Wren put the ball in his hands and really took it upon himself to get his team back in this crosstown rivalry game.
Well, extra point is on tap.
And this is a big extra point.
Ian Schmitterly, and it's blocked. No good. We stay at 7-6 in favor of the Pioneers, and that may be big.
That may be big. Now, again, last year, Huron was unable to put the extra point in, and they lost the game 9-6. Looks like the hold was okay, but through the center of the line, it just somebody came, well, 2 players came in. That never had a shot. Antoine Curry on the block there for the Pioneers. But again, a great drive there for the River Rats after holding on defense. And, you know, Wren has been a difference maker.
He was really the leader of the offense on that offensive series for Huron.
And remember, in the first half, he was the defensive back, and it really took away potentially a big play for the Pioneers, wherein he rose up to the 5th row with some nice hops and stayed up long enough to knock down a potential long pass.
2 minutes, 46 seconds to play here in the third quarter.
Again, each of these teams, Pete, they were victorious when they played the other high school in town, so the winner of this game runs away with the city championship. Records are out of the window right now. This is just, you know, a quarter and 2:30 on the clock, 2:46 on the clock left for the city championship.
And the Heisel Cup.
And the Ted Heisel Cup.
You have a little excitement in your voice there, Kevin.
It picked up a little bit, didn't it? Well, it's between that score and the rabbit. You know, those two things together gets me hyped.
Good to know. Orange sherbet and rabbits. On the kickoff return. Pioneer return man. That's Curry brought down.
Larkin Warren on the tackle there, and that's what you like to see. The momentum definitely is on the visitor sideline right now. They're feeling good about themselves.
Oh, mark him down at the 23. There's a look at it on the replay. Heading upfield, and he's just caught.
No style points there, but it's a tackle, right?
That's right. All you got to do is get the man to the turf. Kunick takes the snap, handoff right up the middle to Young. And Yuggen with a good gain out over the 25-yard line.
And you wonder why Coach Jabari Brown for Pioneer would go away from just handing Bryce Young the ball, similar to what the River Rats are doing with David Ware. He's been running downhill hard, so don't get fancy with it.
So spread formation this time. Kunick with the handoff to Simmons over the left side. And Simmons will be good for a first down all the way out to the 35.
And again, the Pioneers go with a little bit of tempo on offense to really try to get back the momentum that the Rats just snatched away from them.
Another handoff straight up the middle. This time Huron is there to stop it for a short gain.
And you know who's on that tackle, right? 57, Chris Damschroeder.
Played a good game defensively so far.
Several tackles for loss, and that time he took the running back backwards.
There's a handoff to Simmons again. He's going to try and cut it back up the middle. And he can be taken down right at about the 40-yard line.
Another good play there by Damschroeder as far as coming up and holding containment and making Simmons turn the ball upfield where back to the River Rat defenders who are in pursuit.
Well, 3rd and 5, big third down play for both teams here. Huron would love to stop Pioneer, get the ball back, and try and take a lead here. Now it's going to be a kept by Kunick. And it's going to be brought down close to the first down marker. Looks like he's going to be just a touch short, but it'll depend on the mark.
Spot. Man, they gave him a great spot. I didn't think he got over the 45-yard line there on that run. And you can see on the replay, looked like he really, if he got anywhere, it would have been on the 45-yard line. So maybe these guys should look at the CTN replay because to my eye, it didn't look like he crossed the 45-yard line, Pete. And it's not where the runner is. Of course, it's where the ball was at.
We'll have a measurement as the chain gang comes out onto the field.
This is an important measurement, and it doesn't look good for the River Rats.
And it's good. First down for Pioneer.
So 2 first downs on this drive, and that was a questionable mark there. And you can see at the end there, if we came back just a tad bit, guys, and his forward momentum never, Pete, broke that 45-yard line. And I know we're on an angle there, but see where the football's at, bro.
A handoff to Brown. And he's going to be swarmed under in the backfield.
Looked like Adam Barber there on the tackle, got a handful of jersey and didn't let go. Final 30 seconds of this third quarter.
Under 10 seconds to go. They're going to get the playoff. Be the final play of the third quarter. Handoff to Brown over the left side.
Smart play there by
86 on the play up to about midfield, and that'll be the last play of the third quarter. We're going to take a quick break and come back with fourth quarter action here on City TV Sports. Pioneer leading 7-6 over Huron.
Let me ask you a question. What do you value? How about access to your child's education, their football game, their swim meet, their high school musical, their academic future? Does that matter? What about your access to your government, your police, fire, and public safety? parks and recreation activities, state and local officials, the folks you elect to make decisions for your community. Is that worth anything to you? What about your rights, freedom of speech, to communicate your message, to let your voice be heard? That's gotta count for something, right? So let me ask you again, what do you value? How about public, educational, and government access television? It belongs to you. Let's keep it that way.
That was good, Kevin.
I like that one too.
All right, we're back with fourth quarter action here on City TV Sports. Pioneer with a third down play right up the middle by Brown. He's going to be brought down short of the first down marker.
Yeah, and that to start the fourth quarter is what the River Rats needed. Something that can not only give them momentum, but get them the ball back here. And again, we've been saying this all night long. I would not be surprised, Pete, to see a trick play out of a punt formation in a close game like this, especially when your quarterback is the punter.
Well, you could always see that quick snap to the up back, Young. And there they go. Kevin, you called it.
This might be an opportunity for them to try to attempt to draw them off sides, but hey, alert, alert, alert.
And Huron stayed disciplined, and the punt is away. And it's going to be down around the 22-yard line.
Two coaches doing a lot of gamesmanship with the special teams play. We saw it at the end of the second quarter there where both coaches were calling timeouts and eventually Huron going for it and being successful. That time, Pioneer wanted to get in the minds of the Huron coaching staff that we just might do something on that fourth down punt formation, Pete. And again, they're going to have to take a week off over across the street to get prepared for those Spartans next week's game.
Right. They came in with a tough, gritty win over Penn State on the road.
Big room here.
There's a handoff once again. That looks like Wren on the carry.
Morris, the ball carrier. Bryce Young,
that was Morris on the carry. That was good for a first down.
First down for the River Rats onto the 34-yard line.
And this is the formation that the Rats were successful with in the last possession.
There's a fake, and Wren's going to keep it. And Pioneer there to sniff it out, and he's brought down for a loss.
Jordan Awago on the tackle there for the Pioneers, and again, he had a bead on the quarterback, and he was not fooled where that ball was at.
So Wren still taking snaps for Huron.
He's yet to really throw the ball out of this formation. Several times he's attempted, well, drop back like it was even on the scoring play.
So Wren's going to keep it again, and Pioneer really has that sniffed out. Ball on the turf.
Yeah, it looked like Huron recovered the ball, though. Smart play there by 53. Not sure if they're going to give him that extra yard for the fumble, though, because you cannot fumble the ball forward, I don't think, Pete, right? Isn't that a Ken Stabler kind of rule?
Juggled it, and there it is, recovered by one of the linemen.
Big third down. Big third down here for the River Rats.
And give credit where credit is due. James Reed picking up that ball for Huron and keeping it in their possession. That's third and long.
And the passing quarterback is in.
Garari's going to take the snap. And he's going to try to get it to Simmons. Or check it, that's King. And it's off of King's hands. And incomplete.
And good pass here, but unfortunately that's a wet potato there coming in, and to really try to bring that in, you may want some of those new age sticky gloves, Pete. He went old school. I like that though, you know, no gloves, man up.
No stick 'em?
No stick 'em. Maybe it was needed though.
Oh, Huron back to punt.
Malik Fuller back for Pioneer.
And the kick's away, nearly blocked, but it's away over midfield. And it'll actually stay in bounds and roll inside the 40. Looked like that ball was going to head out of bounds inside the midfield stripe, but it stayed all the way, and it'll be down at the Pioneer 39-yard line.
That's when the ball is bouncing your way for the River Rats. Nice job there by walking the sideline there by the old pigskin.
9 minutes to play here in the game.
Game really been played in between the 30-yard lines here in the fourth quarter so far, Pete. The second half, Huron came out with a definitive drive, but since then, both teams have been really just doing a lot of jabbing, no real knockout punches thrown.
Well, and you got to think, Kevin, that whoever scores next, that's probably going to be the winner for either team. Long pass downfield, juggled, and picked off.
Some tissue on the field, though. I'm not sure what's that going to be. Looks like another opportunity squandered for the River Rats potentially because of a penalty. Not a real good pass either. That was really thrown up like 500.
And both teams are moving downfield, kind of like it's pass interference, but we'll have to wait and see what the call is.
Oh, inadvertent contact. Somebody didn't like this call, but let's take a look at the pump and go there by Koenig, and he put the ball up, kind of hung up there in the air, and you can see there, number 22 for the River Rats ran right directly in. That was Jerry Jackson. Ran right into the Pioneer receiver. So, unfortunately, for the River Rats, a big play again taken away, Pete, because of a penalty.
Well, and I guess fortunately for the River Rats in high school, only a 15-yard penalty, not a spot foul. Now that'll put the ball in Huron territory, 1st and 10 at the 46.
It kind of looks like Pioneer is trying to actually leave the passing quarterback in to put points on the board as opposed to trying to take that clock down.
Oh, Koenig with the handoff to Young. Young over left tackle.
Nice
gain of about 3 on the play.
Good fill there from the River Rats coming up from the corner position. Looks like that may be number 11 on the play there, Larkin Warren. Actually, check that. It was number 15, King, coming up from the outside. Good job holding Pioneer to a minimal gain.
Koenig gets a snap. That's a handoff to Harris up the middle, breaking some tackles out over down inside the 40-yard line. He brought down at the 36.
Paris Green there on the stop, and he really planted the Pioneer running back here.
That's
Fuller into the ground, but you like to have that happen maybe about 8 yards sooner if you're a River Rat fan.
And that's a planting.
Yeah.
Big personal foul penalty called on Pioneer.
2nd down.
Looks like the scoreboard operator has fixed that because it's going to be 2nd and probably about 20.
There you go. Looks like that might have been the holding, what might have been the call on that play. There's the pitch to Young. Young's going to heave it deep. Downfield, wide open is the Pioneer player. Caught And good for a touchdown for Pioneer.
Jimmy Williams Jr. wide open. You kind of saw that play developing, Pete, from the option or the toss to the running back. It was nice the way that he came in. And was that Malik Fuller on the pass?
That was Bryce Young.
Bryce Young again. Again, he was been playing in under the center, and the Huron defense just fooled totally on that play.
There's Young getting the pitch, and he's going to heave it deep.
Oh, and as number 15, Williams is thinking, please don't let me drop this. Please don't let me drop this. And now it's touchdown Pioneers.
Here's the extra point. It's up and good. And Pioneer takes a really commanding 14-6 lead here in the fourth quarter. Just 7:15 to play in the game.
And after a penalty set Pioneer back, great call by Coach by Coach Brown for the Pioneers. After all the sweeps, the jet sweeps, he finally hands it to Young, and Young steps up and throws a dime on the money to Williams Jr.
Yeah, absolutely, Kevin. That's really great coaching to set that play up early on in the game and use it later here, and really could be the backbreaker to beat Huron in this game.
Well, you probably are going to see a little bit more of Huron's passing attack now that they're finding themselves down and under 7:15 left on the clock here in the fourth quarter. Still a lot of time and still only a one-possession game. A little quiet going on the sidelines. You see Coach Parker there in the wheelchair on the sidelines, and again, that's something that you as a River Rat, you probably didn't really want to see. But again, you're only one possession down in this game.
Well, we're set for the kickoff, and there's the kick. It'll be taken at about the 10-yard line. Return to 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. Breaking tackles out over the 40, and a flag down on the play.
It'd be hard to see that penalty because it looked like that was the running back there. Maybe a face mask, maybe?
That's Arkell King on the return for Huron. We'll see what the call is from the referee.
It looks like they're going to be marching back for penalty again on the River Rats.
Yeah, block in the back. Great return by Arkell King.
So maybe we can see the block in the back, but it's going to be tough to see from this angle, or maybe because here comes the penalty coming in right there. There's the block in the back. There's
right
the block in the back.
Block in the back on Huron. Take some yards off the kickoff return.
So erase the great return by King. And that's going to put it back at the 25-yard line. Net loss of 15 yards on that play.
Well, it's not going to be hard when Huron is looking at the game tape to figure out what's going on, what's really slowing them down in this game. It's the amount of penalties.
Well, as you predicted, Kevin, Ben Gurari under center. He's going to hand it off right up the middle. And the Pioneer defense there ready to stop Green for little or no gain.
Looks like outside linebacker Derek Hubbard, number 24, came in on the tackle there.
Jesse Morris, the ball carrier.
And they gave him 3 yards on the play, so forward progress out to the 28.
Along with Derek Hubbard.
You would think some of those quick passes in the flat might be coming in right now because one missed tackle and you can see the difference, and maybe even switching out the quarterback. You see number 10, Gurari, going to the sideline and bringing in the swift running quarterback, Wren.
So he'll take the snap. He's going to hand it off. Big hole closed up quickly.
Malik Fuller stops Jesse Morris. Looks like
Morris on the carry.
And Fuller on the tackle. Good job there. So now 3rd and long, and this is exactly what Huron did not need. If they don't get a first down here, you are right, Pete. You will probably see a lot of Bryce Young for Pioneer, and the clock will become the biggest enemy. for the River Rats.
There's the snap. There's the pass downfield. Open receiver.
Good catch.
That's
there.
King. And it's caught at the 40-yard line. Good for a first down.
Well, Wren can do a little bit of passing out of the backfield. Here he comes, takes a quick pass, sees him, and drops a really nice pass because he didn't lead the receiver into the defender.
It's a first down on their own 40-yard line.
King has been very busy on the defensive on the receptions for the River Rats.
And Wren will keep it this time, looking for a hole, and it's just not there, and he's going to be tackled in the backfield.
Another good play there by Derek Hubbard on the edge here. You'll see him fighting off the blocker, and he really doesn't make the tackle, but he makes the play. He did not let Wren get to the outside and allowed his purple gang to come in and finish off the ball carrier. Nice to see that the River Rats aren't abandoning the run. They're actually doing a good job of mixing things up here. But you really can't keep continually putting yourself in second and third and long situations, though, Pete.
So Wren will drop back to pass, looking downfield. Battle for it, nearly intercepted, incomplete.
Tyson Montgomery breaks up the pass play.
Andrew Campbell came in there, and really, it's a great play there by King for the Rats, turning into defender. And you can see the quick pass, another quick pass over the middle. And actually check that. That was number 7, Montgomery, coming in for the catch on the Pioneers defense.
4 minutes, 26 seconds to play here in the game. Third and long for Huron. Wren gets the snap, looking to throw downfield.
Wide
it's
open.
Caught. That's Paris Green with the catch.
Whoa.
And into territory. There's a fumble on the, and Green fumbles it away, and it's recovered by Pioneer.
And Craig Miles. Craig Miles, number 42, comes in from the rear and really lays some wood on Green, and that might be it for the River Rats right now if Pioneer comes in here and starts running the ball downhill.
Well, a really great play by Paris Green on the catch and the run after the catch, and just didn't keep the ball secure. We talked about this coming out of halftime with the weather the way it is. Ball security at a premium.
And a play like that, you really don't know, and you can't hear. You can't even depend on your sideline to yell that somebody's coming from the back. You just got to know as a receiver. Once you catch the ball, you have to secure it.
And I got to give credit on the recovery of that fumble. Santiago de la Cerda Harlow.
Oh, he's been the punter as well as the kickoff person, and a nice play there for recovering that fumble.
I just wanted to say his name.
I know you did. It was a good
There's
job.
There's Kunick on the carry. He's going to be tackled for a big loss in the backfield.
So right here, Pete, you can see as Green is running downfield, he does have the ball high and tight, but on the cut, wow, right into the elbow, the helmet right on the back, and that's not a funny bone, folks. That's why that ball came out of there. It's just a spot-on tackle.
You talk to any River Rat fan, there's nothing funny about that play.
Not at all.
Oh, 3:40 to play, clock running.
Huron hasn't given up. I've been in games like this myself, Pete, on this same field against this same opponent, where you have to play until it's 0-0 on the clock.
And another nice defensive stop by Huron.
And unfortunately, they used their early timeout in the second half. They're only down to 2 timeouts. So, you know, this is a position where with all 3 timeouts in your pocket, you may want to call a timeout because it's 3rd and, 15?
Big third down play here for the Huron defense.
And this is where Pioneer, if I'm Coach Brown again, I might want to just take the clock all the way down and call timeout just before you're getting a penalty.
gets the snap. There's the handoff.
Keeper.
He's going to keep it straight up the middle, out over the 40-yard line. He's close to a first down, but is going to be short. And that's going to bring up fourth down.
Smart play here by Koenig, similar to where the fastest distance or the closest distance is straight up field as opposed to trying to get outside. And Huron's going to burn their second timeout.
So Huron's going to get a second or third or fourth chance here to try and get the score to get the chance to tie the game.
Well, you know, they've had success all night long. It's the one thing that's really been slowing them down has been the penalties. And even on that big play there, it's not a penalty per se as far as flag hitting the ground, but you really can't have any opportunity where you're running up the field and the next thing you know, you're turning the ball over. So everything has to happen right from here on out for the River Rats to get back in this contest.
That's right. Couldn't agree with you more, Kevin. Hope you've enjoyed all the action here on City TV Sports. I'm Pete Poyle along with Kevin Bryant. And you're watching this in stunning widescreen.
Widescreen. And I think
you can go to CTN offices and get a HD version of this game.
You're kidding.
All you got to do is stop it and ask for a copy.
Oh, that's boss.
And you can watch it on the YouTube channel too
That's
at
boss.
youtube.com/CTN Ann Arbor.
Oh, I like that.
I personally contributed probably a good 20 hits to the last football game.
Yeah. Well, what really happened over there with the Pioneer faithful? They left after halftime, and they're missing a great second half, Pete.
Great bounce on the punt inside the 20-yard line, down at the 16. So the Rats will have a long field to try and drive to get this score close. 84
yards is not that long if you can get one missed tackle. So, again, you have the playmakers if you're the River Rats. You have Ware that's been making great cuts. Even Morris on that last play before he fumbled had a huge gain. So you don't need to really be afraid to let loose the goose and go on out here, let the playbook open wide open, and who knows, one missed tackle and you're right back in the contest.
Well, both Gurari and Wren back into the game. Gurari under center, and Wren will split out wide to the left. Now Wren will go into motion. And there's the pass out to Wren. It's caught. There's a defender right on there, but he shakes one guy and gets out of bounds out over the 20-yard line. Gain of about 6 on the play.
Antoine Simmons unable to bring Wren down. And a smart play from I believe Wren's only a junior, to find the out-of-bounds line at the end of this play. And
2 minutes and 3 seconds left.
That was Tyson Montgomery on the missed tackle there, not you, Antoine Simmons.
Well, Gurari with the pass once again, and it's caught, but immediately hit and brought down by Pioneer. That's Bryce Young working on the defensive side of the ball for Pioneer.
And a good spot there if you're a Pioneer fan, because it's third and, well, they're in 4-down territory, of course, but you really want to get a first down to stop the clock if you're the Rats.
There's a pass. It's tipped and falls incomplete, and that's going to bring up fourth down. And this right here might be the play of the game for Huron.
And again, if you had a little bit more time to rethink that play, that might have been the time to go for a run, because you had some room up the middle here where all you needed to do was really get a first down. Now you're putting a tremendous amount of pressure on your team, because it's this play or nothing if you're a River Rat fan.
Well, what do you do here, Kevin? What's your play call?
I'm going right up the middle, because they're probably thinking, we're going to give Ware the ball. Just go up the middle, get the first down, live to fight another day. And you have all that room right over the center there, Pete. You just need a half a football.
And that is the call, and it's Paris Green on the carry. And he's going to get out to the 30-yard line, and that's going to be good enough for a Huron first down, which will stop the clock as the chains move. 92
seconds left on the clock, so this is going to be another classic finish in this crosstown rivalry game, Pete.
swear I just heard a cash register ring somewhere.
It's
There's
wide
the
open.
snap, long pass downfield, and nearly intercepted as looked like Wren cut the wrong way. Or check it, that was number 3. Edmondson looked like he turned to the left when he should have turned right.
Yeah, and that's the second time tonight where he has been unable to locate the ball. Earlier in the game, Garari was trying to throw a back shoulder fade, and he didn't recognize where the ball was at. So it's got to get your head around as a receiver, locate the ball. And right now, a lot of times teams are anxious to get all the way down the field. All you need is a first down here. Just get first downs.
Oh, Garari back to pass, looking downfield, and it's caught and intercepted, and ran back the other way, and run out of bounds. That's Antoine Curry on the pick, and that's going to really do it for Huron. Really a valiant effort tonight by the River Rats. They played a really good game defensively.
Yeah, and unfortunate, all the penalties finally are going to catch up with them. Right there, again, the receiver really never located the football. And when Curry saw the ball, he really attacked it. And now Pioneer really can just take 4 knees in this ball game in my favorite play, and that's the victory formation.
So 1 minute and 11 seconds to tick off the clock here. And as we head towards the end of this game, I'd like to thank all the people that make our production possible. And usually I lead off the director, but I'm going to go with the camera people first this time. Braving the cold and the wind and the weather.
Exactly.
And they did a great job out there. Courtney Kistler, Jason Broniak, Katsumi Nagai, and Joe Dinda working the cameras for City TV Sports. I really appreciate all the great work you guys have done tonight. And as well as the people in the booth, graphics by Dana Denha, audio replay by Michael Pylon, and our director, last but certainly not least, Rob Cross.
Who's having a great hair day.
I don't know what those are anymore.
You and me both. Well, that'll be the last time out that the River Rats have. And right now, this is a time if you are one of the seniors out here, well, you're coming up short again for the 13th time in a row. 13, not a lucky number for the River Rats. They did play a valiant game, Pete, but way too many penalties, sir.
And that's usually what spells doom for these teams is mistakes. Whether it's turnovers or penalties, you eliminate all those, and this may be a tie ball game where Huron might actually have the lead in this game.
Well, we're one really big play away when the Rats had Morris streaking up the right sideline there, gets knocked in the back right on the worst part, the elbow, helmet to the elbow. I don't care what level of play you're at. You're going to put the ball on the ground.
And that's going to do it as the clock runs out.
Well, I think that might have been
that
a
was the end
timeout.
of the timeout.
See, that's why they don't do that in football. They could trick up a Hall of Fame broadcaster as Pete Boyer thinking that the clock was going down.
56.3 seconds, and Bryce Young will run it in for the touchdown. A little surprising there that Pioneer scores the touchdown with less than a minute left, and Huron with no timeouts. But apparently the Pioneers wanted to rub a little salt in the wounds.
Well, they're going for the Ted Heisel Cup, and you can see that Bryce Young really wanted to get in the end zone because, I'm not sure, Pete. Sometimes in games like this, you really just want to take a knee and be very classy and get out of town. But, hey, it is homecoming. And
well, Kevin, as you and I both well know, this is a very hotly contested match between these two teams.
Yeah.
And we've seen conflict in the past.
Well, and that doesn't help. That doesn't put out fire when a team is truly game and bag. Your opponent does not have any timeouts remaining. But, hey, it is football. Time's on the clock. And I know what a lot of Pioneer fans are thinking. Hey, they got to stop us until the zero's up on the board. So
right.
It can go a lot of different ways, but I'm sure that the younger members on the Huron team will remember the fact that there was one way of ending the game, and the Pioneer sideline chose a different course of action.
Extra point was good, and that makes it 21-6 in favor of Pioneer. 49.2 seconds left.
To kick off for Pioneer.
And maybe an onside kicker. Maybe you never know.
Yeah, let's go for the onside kick. What the heck? Oh, ball taken at the 15, cut up the middle over the 35-40. Still on his feet and finally brought down at the 45. Nice return by Huron.
And again, that's the second time King has come up with a good return. This time, though, there's no type of penalty tissue out there on the field, so the play will stand. You know, if sometimes in defeat, you know, this is good. We're going to see a new quarterback run out on the field for the River Rats. Is it Tyjon West is coming in for the River Rats. Make sure none of these guys out here get injured, because the game is out of reach, really.
Oh, West will drop back to pass and looking deep and nearly intercepted. Looked like Young going for the interception. And that was Curry who picked off the last pass.
I'm not sure if he can come back in without his helmet on, but this is what I was just saying before the play, Pete. Once you get into, you know, extra time and it's really not going to, you know, matter, sometimes you still got one more game next week. When coaches are trying to score when it really doesn't matter, you put players in a bad position sometimes, really.
36.3 ticks left on the clock. There's the snap. And West will keep it and run it over the midfield stripe, 45-40, and brought down at the 39-yard line. Nice run by Tyjon West.
Good decision there, too, because he took a look over to the right side of the field. No one was open, and it really opened up left on the left side of the field for him. And good job of holding on to the ball once he got the first down.
Under 20 seconds. Oh, West will take the snap, and he's looking downfield once again. And all the receiver can do really is knock it to the turf. That's just going to leave 7 seconds left, probably one, maybe 2 more plays, and that's going to probably do it for Huron. It's all in all a pretty closely contested ball game, Kevin. Both teams fighting hard and making good plays. There's Pioneer coming out on top in this game.
Yeah, well, for Pioneer, their homecoming crowd, they really wanted to see a win, and you know, Huron still has an opportunity to get on the board though here.
And finally, Simmons pushed out of bounds with zeros on the clock, and that's going to end the game. And Pioneer is going to come away with the 21-6 victory. There's a flag down.
That's the end of the game.
And it was on the offense, so that will do it, Pete.
So once again, a pretty well closely played game, Kevin, and just Pioneer coming out on top in this close rivalry game. Any final thoughts?
Hey, they take away the city championship, the Ted Heisel Cup, and kudos to the Pioneer. They played a solid ball game. The River Rats just say, you got to clean up a lot of those penalties, and the score would have been a lot different.
And for Kevin Bryant, this is Pete Poyer. Once again, the final from Hallway Field. It's Pioneer 21 and Huron 6 here on City TV Sports.